You know, I had this energy going through me. It was like improv or jazz, and then boom, I sunk the hook in. I'm so lucky I have this letter. God, I could see the Matrix, you know? I was invincible. I could dodge bullets, baby. And you were right. You were right. It was all about Chuck the whole time.
Oh, Mr. McGill, you're still here. There's some good news.
Just believe me, I already know.
Oh, good. Then if you want to come with me to the office, there's some paperwork for you to sign.
Absolutely. Let's do this thing. Oh, and sweetheart, I'm going to need one more form. DBA, because I'm not going to be practicing under the name McGill, so.
Shouldn't be a problem. Just down the hall, we have all the forms.
Great, great.
Wait, Jimmy, what?
It's all good, man.
I'm so thankful that the audience has been intrigued by this wonderful writing by the writers, but this guy has been trying to find his place in the world. And, you know, I always felt like Breaking Bad is a bit of a more universal scenario, which is, my friend Jeff Garland said, it's a midlife crisis, you know, and like a family and financial pressures and stuff. And when Saul started, I thought it's such an odd guy, and it's such an idiosyncratic bunch of world of needs and desires. But of course, everybody or many people do take many years to find their place, you know, to find a place where they can be themselves in a kind of more the fullest way that they can, and contribute at work and in their relationships, and feel important and necessary. And that's been his journey, and I do think that is a universal experience.
Now, how are you feeling? Now, you know, you guys have had a tremendous run over 4 seasons. The show has given a whole new look at this world, but you're getting very close, like very close now. Now the name change is happening.
Yeah.
You're getting close to being the beginning of Breaking Bad.
Well, I can't wait.
And we've seen the movie. So
I can't wait to have Jimmy and Saul interacting with Lalo and Nacho. And this is not a spoiler because I don't know what happens in the upcoming season. I only know the first episode, which I've read. But I've got to tell you, my gut is this is gonna become a very quick snowball effect of these characters and these stories coming together. I can't promise, but my gut is this whole thing is just gonna very quickly come together because, too, we have a lot of story to tell. You know, in that first episode with Saul, where Walter White and Jesse Pinkman have him on his knees in front of the freshly dug grave, and he's saying, "Is this about Lalo? Is this Nacho?" And we have to get all that logic has to make sense, and so I can just feel it bubbling up, and I can't wait for this season. And I've been amazed at the audience's willingness to watch Jimmy flounder a bit in his
tiny bit
in his desperation to please Chuck. And now his desire will be to, you know, obviously he wants to stay connected to Kim. He loves Kim. And in some ways they're a great couple, but I think everybody who knows the show knows that they kind of can't last. It just can't. They're where they're headed, it would just be too unpleasant for her. He wouldn't give a shit. He'd just be happy to be with her.
That's something you bring up, though, because this last season, you know, this was the season following the death of Michael's Chuck.
Yeah.
And that was, you know, and we can all give a round of applause for Michael.
Michael McKean.
Fantastic.
So great in the
But that
show.
relationship between those siblings was so much one of the core pivots of the series.
Yes.
And you kind of had to fly solo in this season going forward. For you as an actor, having worked so much with Michael, and you and Michael developing that relationships and those characters, what was that? How was the season 4 different?
Season 4 was, you know, there was a lot of energy that the character, his brother died at the end of season 3, and season 4 was kind of this trying to discover, you know, how would that affect him? And he really compartmentalized it, and it kind of, I think, twisted his psyche a little bit. But also, I think he felt like he discovered something amazing about the wonders of compartmentalization. If someone who made you unhappy. In the case of Chuck, he desperately wanted to please his brother, and he just never was going to. If someone like that leaves your life in a good way or a bad way, you can just take all those feelings and stuff them in a bag and lock it in a box and throw it in the bottom of the ocean and carry on and be really upbeat and energetic, as you saw here. He's like, I know who I am now. I'm this shitty guy. It's going to be great.